What's up, family?
What up?
It is your boys, the Hitman Zombie Show.
Oh yeah.
Back another week. Go ahead. Back again for continuing this journey into the world of The Last of Us. Episode 4 called Please Hold My Hand. Not like damn, I was gonna say Kevin again. Not like Bill and Frank.
Different kind of handhold.
different how, you know.
Kevin, I love you. I love you more, Kevin.
Kevin. I am the zombie. Give it up for your homie, the Hitman. So right off the bat, guys, just gonna give a quick little news. Next week is gonna be our 2-year anniversary show.
Oh yeah.
So comment
Happy
below.
anniversary, babe. Oh, not yet.
Yeah, comment below if you have a favorite moment of the show or episode that you like. Let us know how you feel about it. Feel a little naked without music. Oh my goodness. But yeah, so next week is our like I
Next
said,
year will be our 3-year anniversary.
Hey.
Till then, we're posting nothing. You're gonna be like that guy on Twitter who posts the exact same time every year. That one time, and it's like grabbing a coffee. Like exactly that. It's coffee day. It's so stupid. All right. Next week is our happy anniversary. I got you flowers, and that's it.
Oh, I got your chocolates.
Yeah.
Chocolate.
I hate them. They were good. I got a shit ton of Girl Scout cookies.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, man. They're everywhere out here. They stay hustling.
Dude, I haven't even seen one over here. I don't know why. Because they don't like us yet.
Probably.
Or their shipment's delayed. But anyways, just like the cargo. Ellie the elephant.
That's all you are is cargo.
You are U.S. cargo. You are just a bunch of snails.
Damn, I was gonna say that. All right.
Oh, sorry. So, guys, this kicks off. We'll give a little recap. We see Joe and Ellie driving in. And the last episode 3, we see take off from Bill and Frank's. What do you call it? Palace, mansion. The fortified, the compound.
Yeah.
So you could tell from last episode they've been on the road. So it cuts in with Ellie in the bathroom playing with her gun that she took from Frank. She's like, pew, 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 pew. Takes off the click, offloads the bullet, cling, unchambers the bullet, and she goes, so she puts it away. So outside we see Joe, what's it called? Siphoning some gas.
Yeah, siphoning. Yeah. She's siphoning. Like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, the gravity in the water. And yeah, I don't know. It just always works.
Like, you don't know what the hell you're talking about, right? Yep. Whatever. And then Ellie was trying to walk away, but then Joe was like, no wandering. And he goes, all right, you asked for this. I was like, oh, what's going to happen? But she pops out this not so punny book. How do you feel about those puns? I felt, I don't know if it was breaking the character for me kind of a little bit. Like, supposed to be like a serious tone. And I don't think it needed the comic relief just yet. I don't know. That's how I felt. I feel like it every time they said a joke or something, kind of like destroys the tension. I don't know how you felt about that when.
Okay, the book was in the game. It was in the DLC, and it was my favorite part of the whole ass game. Like, I loved it. In fact, like 2 of those jokes are already in my arsenal, and it's not even from that.
Oh,
it's just
shit.
like, nah. It's when you have kids, they send you the book, right? Like you most dads throw it away or whatever, but like a lot of us review it and then we keep the jokes. So it's weird that she got a hold of one of our books and now she's an honorary dad.
Yeah.
But yeah. So later on, that Ellie talks about having already had to shoot somebody,
Yes.
and she's kind of like, "Oh, I've already done that, more or less." And that happened in the DLC, so I don't know if they're alluding to maybe she already had that joke book the whole time, but she said that she found it in the truck or whatever. Um, but no, I think it was the perfect time, and the reason for that is because you see it starts to loosen Joel up and help him open up to her more. Because they even show as the episode progresses, like pretty quickly, that it goes from him saying like you're just cargo to there's a part where she's like she could have been hurt, and he's like, "Are you okay? Are you hurt?" And that's the first thing he does,
Yeah.
and it's like that quick that you're like, "Oh yeah, he." And like he's losing sleep worrying about her. So it was like little things like that you need to build the relationships in the character. So plus, I mean, I'm sorry, I always need the jokes.
I mean, if yeah, it's true. You need the jokes, you know. Just like in every horror movie, you know, it comes to place where the tension's so high that for it to pay off like a jump scare or something, you need something to break that, so you won't be expecting it, type of thing. So
Yeah,
that's why there's either a stoner guy or a comedian, like you said. But but yeah, like he says, like she's telling her puns, and then Joe's like, "You could wait in the truck, you know, right?" Yeah, like freak out of here with that crap. So she was not having none of it, you know. And it's funny how they're driving. She's in the back seat with the trunk, and then she's like, "Oh, look what I found!" Like give her like a set, and he's like, "Well, this is before me, but whatever, it's still good." And then she finds what, a male gay porn magazine. He's like, "Oh, how
yeah,
can you walk with that thing?"
those bills.
And then the funny part, she goes, "Why is it so sticky?" And then Joe's trying to look for a for an
um,
answer. Yeah.
she's like, "Damn, how's he walking around with that thing?" Yeah.
And Joe's like panic mode, like get rid of it, get rid of it. It's like, all right, hold on. And then she tosses it out, like, bye, dude. It reminds me of another scene that we saw in Critters too. So I was like,
Mm-hmm.
So check that review out. And
Yeah.
then there you could see him like the landscape of him, you know, just driving to Wyoming. So it's like, oh yeah, and then they're traveling for a long time. Then Joe decides, all right, let's pull over. You know, this is enough for tonight. But it's crazy how it's like really rural. Like you don't see no other survivors or nobody out there. It's not
It
like The
is.
Walking Dead that you could hear them like, you know, like you have to be
That's another
quiet.
thing that makes the show unique is that it's like 20 years later, you know. So it's like the rules are already established.
That's right.
So yeah, I mean, it's all the communities are already what they are,
There you
and
got.
people really don't travel. I guess.
Shit, I wouldn't be
I mean,
traveling
they
either.
haven't even cleared the roads really.
I know nobody came out to do that, but yeah. So they decide to camp out. Of course. I mean that's cool, you know. And then that's when Ellie goes like, "Aren't you afraid someone's gonna find us out here?" And then that's when Joe was like, "No, no one's here." And then he's like, "Wait a second." Then we see him exactly bright eyes, like, "Oh shit, she'd probably be right." So I guess I'm not sleeping tonight. So you see
Yeah.
him wandering around with the, was it with the rifle or a shotgun, right? Like a
Yeah.
rifle. So yeah. So that they get up, of course, the next day. She's like, "What is that dog shit?" It's like, "No, it's coffee. It smells like piss." And that's when
Wake up water.
that's our what's it called? Getting up and dealing with you guys elixir. So yeah, the next day they pack up and they're back in the road, like, and then that's when Ellie asks about Tommy, the Green Ranger, R.I.P.
No.
Tommy. So that's when Joel says, like, you know what, Tommy is actually a joiner. And I was like, damn. He's like, he's running around trying to be a hero, and that's why he joined the Fireflies. And because of Marlene, it says, "You want to help us out? We're gonna rule the world." It's like, yeah, I'll be. He's trying to be a superhero and stuff.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I like to think Tommy would join like any group if society still existed. Like he'd be like a nudist one week, and then he'd be like,
Wasn't my itinerary? Oh, I want to join this club today. I want to do this skydiving club. Let's go. Like,
yeah, exactly. Like, oh, he seems
yeah.
like he'd be a lot of fun. Join her shit. Sign me up.
He's just like, I want to do this and this. I don't care what it is. So eventually, Ellie and Joel, they're driving and they're like, all right. So they're going to what's her Ellie. Ellie is the map person. She's a map quest. Turn right, up ahead. So they come again. So they're going following the map, and then all of a sudden they run into a blockade. They're like, oh crap! So Joe gets off and he's looking. He's like, there's no way we can move these cars. And like, I'm pretty sure we could get around this tunnel by crossing the city.
Yeah, and it looked like the truck exploded and took out a bunch of people and stuff too.
Oh yeah. You're right.
Like they straight up torched people and blocked the street.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, that was like the maybe turn around and go somewhere else sign.
Like, I did not see that. Keep going. So this guy, like, they're driving, all of a sudden this guy comes out of nowhere. He goes, help, and he's like, buckle up. He's like, why? We're gonna help him? Like, hell no. So we see it twice. He did it. So he's going, and then all of a sudden you see a gunshot. Like, stop him! Like, they start shooting at it. The spike strip comes out of. Dude, this is the most stiff truck or car crash I've ever seen. It just goes boop and it just bounces back. I was like, what? It goes through the convenience store and it just bumps and it goes back. I don't know. You saw that? Like, it's just nothing got bended or anything. It just stopped.
Yeah.
So then that's when you said that Joel right away says, Ellie, are you okay? This and that. So like, get down. Like, dude, all those shots, like in movies when they're shooting at the car, it blows up.
Yeah.
How many rounds do you think it would take? They're shooting at the damn truck, man.
That does not really happen.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. In other movies, like they're shooting the crap out of the car and then it just goes out of nowhere. But yeah. I guess it's not here. It's not in the script.
I like how he went for it too. Like, what if the dude was actually hurt?
I know.
Like, he left no chill, no chance for that. He's like, no, if he was really hurt, then I'd just run his ass over.
You're like, are you okay?
It's like, okay, well, better safe, I guess.
You're not turning. You're welcome. You're not turning. So Joe gets off, and then he tells Ellie, "You see that wall, the hole in the wall, like the game show before?" He's like, "Yeah, get in there." He's like,
"Try to make that post."
She's like, man, she's lucky, man. Like, she's so smart.
Fun. I love on that show.
It was a cool run, man. You get dumped into the water.
Even that's not so bad. It's like, oh, I lose like a refreshing bath. All right.
So she goes in there, and then Joe's like, he's looking at. There's two across from him, and he goes, start waiting. Boom, gets one down, gets two. Boom, cool. And then he's about to call for Ellie, and all of a sudden, this third guy, he didn't hear him. He just comes from behind him, and they're wrestling to the ground.
I like how when they're shooting, though, the other guys are over there like, asshole. Like,
oh, yeah.
Really how I would do it.
It's like those game commentators. You shot my leg. Partner, are you okay? No. What is that yell that they do in Resident Evil when someone dies? What it says? Anyways, he goes, no. Something like that.
All right.
So yeah, he gets wrestled to the ground, and he's getting choked by the gun. And then he's like, okay, this is going to be it for me. No respawn point after this. And that's when Ellie comes out of the hole, and she gets the gun, point blank, boom, shoots him in the back, right?
Yeah.
Shoots him in the back. And then that's when Joel he's coughing up a lung. And she just looks at Ellie. He's like, what? How you got that, And then it's just sad when the guy, go ahead.
That was it, dude. Good thing she did.
Yeah, and then the thing is like she goes back in the hole. And then because the guy is pleading, he's like, "Oh, please, my mom is right there, and she could help me. Like, please, I didn't mean to do this. Like,
What's your
I'm
name?
so Brian,
Please.
please."
Nah.
She goes, you could have this sharp knife. It's pretty cool. I'm like, yeah, it looks pretty nice.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Like, he would have got that anyway. Dude.
After yeah. So yeah, so he's pleading for his life, of course, and then he gets his knife, and you hear like the end.
That's good because that dick would have just turned him into his homies, and they would have all popped him anyway. So
And it's weird in that environment. Like it's okay to be doing that type of thing. You know, there's no moral compass of like it's you or me type of thing. It's like there's no. I'm gonna say there's no consequence, but there kinda is because it's retribution, right? It's just nothing but revenge at the time, as we see later. Like it's like there's no cops, there's no law. Is what's it? What is the word? Lawlessness.
well, there's the what was it?
Oh yeah, it's the Fedra,
Fedra, yeah.
the Federalis.
Mhm.
But that's the only thing. That's the like the army. What's the way? Do it this way or not? Like a democracy for the Fedra, and then the Fireflies are the freedom fighters.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's what I was thinking. I was like, man, it's like. Then that's when they're like Joe and Ellie are moving towards buildings. Like they're trying to leave the scene of the crime, and then after that we see. I call them Raiders. I don't know. They didn't give them a specific name to them.
No.
So he's just later on he's said like, who are those? Like they're just people, but I call them Raiders. But yeah. So we see Raiders trucks pass by, like two of them, and he goes. You hear him say, "Body, body, 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 yada, 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 yada,
Ah!
body, yada, yada."
Did you ever see the meme where it's her sleeping? She's like, ah.
After She-Hulk, I don't want to see her again.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, they're like, then you hear them say, "Oh no, they got Brian, Brian."
They got his knife too. Oh man, I like that knife.
Then we cut to an armed guards and a woman named Kathleen. She's talking to a man in a jail cell, and she's asking him for a man named Henry. Did we miss Henry in other show? No, right? They didn't.
Nope.
Didn't know, right? Okay.
Nope.
That's what I was thinking. I'm trying to put it together like Henry. He's like, we have no Henry.
Probably 3,000 or they're I don't know, very far away from Boston at this point.
We love Wisconsin. Oh no, wait. So the man is talking to him like, "Where's Henry?" And then he's like, "I'm your doctor. Like I gave birth to you. Like I held you in my arms when your mom gave birth to you. Like I know you." She's like, "Where's Henry?" And then she puts a gun to his head, and that's when we see the Raiders are gathered outside with the three bodies, and Kathleen gets informed. She goes outside. She goes, "Who did this?" I wish it was more like that, but it was like, how could I say? It was like mellow-tone mom type of nagging voice.
Yeah.
Like, what you did that for?
Yeah, I know. She's like, yeah, she didn't seem like a leader, kind of. But
Yeah,
she
exactly.
was. Yeah.
And then the other guy goes, I think Merckx did it. And then he goes, do you think Henry sent them? Man, she's like more obsessed with this Henry character that we don't know who Henry is.
Yeah, it's so stupid that they come to that conclusion immediately and they mobilize everyone.
Exactly.
They just assume that everyone else works for Henry and they need to die. Like fucking like when did this happen? Yesterday? Like why are you so pressed about this? There are other humans in the world, chick. Like your people fire on everyone who comes near them. Like
what do you expect?
Of course they're gonna defend themselves. Like and in the I don't know if I'm remembering it wrong. I don't know, but like I don't remember there being like a straight up militant group defending the city. I thought it was just like randos.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Yeah, this is like a whole on opposing force now.
So the third guy's
Detroit.
Yeah.
Going crazy or whatever. It's not actually Detroit, but it looks like it.
So the third guy is holding on. It's like, you think he'll make it? Like, I have a doctor. Would a doctor help? Like, no, you're gonna lose him. So I guess she gets mad. She goes in there and executes the doctor for no reason.
Yep. So she's smart.
I can't take her serious, bro. Like she needs like more anger in her voice. It feels like she's like trying to return a T-shirt that didn't fit her, and then she lost her receipt type of thing. It's like, I want to see your manager type of voice instead of have that eye bulging eyes anger. You
I
know what I'm
don't.
saying?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'll withhold judgment a little bit for this character and wherever the hell she came from. I guess it's just another thing of them fleshing out this whole militant group thing. But like, who knows? Maybe it's just kind of like anyone can be thrust into any position type,
Got you.
and that's kind of what happened with her, I guess. Even though the clear military guy is just like, yes sir. All right.
I know. I thought it was gonna be him, but no, it's her. I was like, so Kathleen does the state of the troops, and like, I want you to kill them all. Find the mercs. What? You saw him was a girl. Oh no. And then she goes, squad roll out. So she dispatches the whole entire
Like
Raiders.
they're acting like they killed an entire squadron of people. They killed 2 people.
Like probably Brian meant something to her. So she's like, I want them found now.
I don't know, I guess.
So they all freaking go. So then we cut to Joe and Ellie hiding in this store covered in newspaper, and then Ellie's like, "Who are those?" The people. I was like, "Oh, they call the people." Like I said, I just call them Raiders. They're not a specific name. They haven't identified themselves yet. But for now, I refer them as Raiders. So yeah, so Ellie and Joe are having a heart to heart about that. Have you being a kid having to kill someone that young and this and that? And then she says, like you said, it was not my first. I was like, whoa, you hope I'm not playing. That's when he's like, what? It's like, that's what that said. What he said, like, it was not your first. He's thought he's like he's trying to press the question, but she doesn't answer it.
Yeah.
So she goes, who taught you how to shoot or anything? He's like, federal school. It's like, oh, okay. So he gives him like a whole rundown on how to shoot. And then he gives like, here's your gun back. And she's like, yay.
So he's getting good and fatherly with her.
That's true. It looked like he saw that she could hold her own. Like, oh, okay. Like, you deserve this then. Good job.
Yeah.
You passed the test.
Where with him being surly and everything before was just a lot of it was probably just him like, yeah, I had a daughter and look how that turned out. So,
and she hasn't revealed that yet, huh? Like everything is kept quiet and.
Nah, I mean he never did in the game at all. So.
Oh, okay. Though it would be funny to see Ellie like rifles, shotguns, fucking double barrel, like all armored up, walking down the street.
She's gonna be in part 2 like that.
Man, I gotta see it. Anyways, so we meet up with Kathleen and Perry and meet up to give the status on the search. Perry's a militant guy with the big beard and the whole I'm a yeehaw, kill you guys.
What is he, the naked mole rat? No, he's the platypus.
He's the platypus. So he tells Kathleen, any luck? He goes, no. And then how about you? Perry's like, yes. And it's like, all right. So they go upstairs. This is like a little attic, and we see like open canned food with superhero drawings everywhere.
Yeah, that's where Miss Marvel used to live, right?
I saw that it was 2 of them, like one picking up a car and then has like red streaks.
Yeah, I'm like, are they hunting children?
But I think
like 8 years old and they're hunting his ass.
I know it looks like it too. And then I'm like, you wouldn't think that they lived there or what's going on? It's like, I don't know. And then she goes down. She goes, I want you to double the troops, keep them close. Henry is here. I could feel it. I'm like, you and your Henry, dude. And then Perry goes, he grunts or something. He's like, what? There's something else? She's like, yeah. So they go into this, another building, and there's like a giant Kratos.
No,
Kratos.
they just go in the basement,
Oh yeah.
boiler room.
So they went to the basement and see this big ass crater, and it's all rumbly because you see the water drip on top of it. I was like, oh, fun guys. Fun
Yeah,
guys are there.
yeah, but like, whoa, though, like,
Uh,
what is this? I'm interested. I want to see what's happening next. Like, I guess it's like they're setting up a bloater, right? It's gonna be like one of the
like a,
mutation
it's like a
levels.
mid boss type of thing.
Yeah, well, kind of, yeah, more or less. Like, I'm excited to see where that goes. Like, that's cool. I know
So
the
yeah,
zombies are not like the big threat in the show, really, but like at least they can mess things up and make it interesting.
be like a disruptor, like
Yeah.
insert.
They need what they can get, you know.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, Catherine's like, "What is this?" And then Perry's like, "Should we tell everybody else?" She's like, "No, not yet." She's like, "Salud." And then he's like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "No, not yet." He's like, "But dude, it's gonna." He's like, "No, not yet." It's like he goes crazy. Like, okay, I guess. I wonder what she did to get have control of all these people, man. You know, it's
Had a gun.
she was a Pokemon master. Salud.
Jeez. All right.
So yeah, so it's moving up, and then after that we cut to Joe and Ellie making their way up to these the stairs. She's like, how far are we gonna go up? Just like as many as I go up. And they
Yeah.
both laugh. And then they finally make it to this room, and Joe sits down. And she's like, "Get up, you old man." He's like, "I'm 56, you brat.
You little
Give me a
shit.
sec, you little shit. Give me a second to rest here, man." Yeah, you could see the dynamic now, like you were saying, like it's building, like trying to open up a little bit more between them.
Mhm.
So yeah, so on their way up, Ellie asked Joe, "Is like, hey, how do you know that thing was a trap before?" And then he goes, "I've been in both ends of it." So like, so you're telling me you killed innocents? And Joe just stayed quiet. Ooh, little
Yep.
dissension, or don't mess with Joe type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just to show that that's the reason he's so hardened. It's because he was one of.
He has calluses on his soul.
Yep.
So in that instance, they just close, and then Joe's spreading broken glass all over the doorway. Then Ellie asks, like, "What are you doing that?" It's like, "Oh, just in case somebody's trying to sneak in here. Like, I'm gonna hear them." So that's when they lay down some pillows, and then they lay down, and then that's when the one that made me laugh, like, "Joe, could I ask you a serious question?" He's
That's
like,
my
"Yeah,
joke, man.
go ahead, go ahead."
No, I mean, I'm just saying, like, I use that, and then I heard it, and I was like, yeah, I
How
know
does it
it.
go? Hey man, how does it go?
Did you know diarrhea is hereditary?
He's like,
It
"What?"
runs in your genes.
And he turns around, he crackles. It's like, "Do you just laugh?" It's like, "Man, I'm fucking losing it. Like, you're losing it
Oh,
big time."
shut up and go to sleep.
He's like, I started laughing. Dude. I was like, "That's a good one." And
Yeah.
then, and then, of course, he's knocking out, and then you hear Ellie with a panic tone of like, "Joe, Joe." He's like, "What?"
Yeah. So much for your broken glass.
I know. So they're being held up
Well,
at gunpoint. We see the
and then
two.
especially because he was turned onto the correct side that he could hear with. Because they were just talking about how he has less
Yeah,
hearing.
hearing is, yeah,
Yeah,
on his
yeah.
right side.
So then he's like, all right, let me turn to the good ear because that's how he sleeps.
So
They addressed that, and then it still didn't matter. Like, why bring it up then?
yeah, so we see two kids holding up Allie and Joel at gunpoint. We're like, she wakes up, he has a barrel right there. He's like, and that's how it ends. Fade to black.
There's our Henry.
There's our Henry.
Yes, all right. I know this is not specifically related to this episode, even, except that they show that Joel is more tough and whatever. But just like going back to the first episode, when Marlene is like, "You two can take her. I know what you're capable of. And then Tess dies in like the very first. Like,
Second mission.
literally, she's not capable of it. Like, what are you talking about?
It's the French Clizzers.
No, she got bit by the first one they encountered. Like, how did you?
How you
After all this
survive?
time.
She goes, I tripped and fell and it bit me. Oh well.
Come on, man.
And she was nonchalant about it too, like, hey, our luck had to run out sometime. I was like, are you serious?
Yeah, wait, you don't do the with the choppies, the choppy offies?
And then you still go back to the ending scene when the guy's like, the
French glizzy.
French Clizzers. So what you thought of this episode?
Even though it didn't really progress much, I liked where it went. I thought it was fun, and I like the new dynamic building and all the out of nowhere characters and everything that are being thrown at us.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, I like the driving. You know, you can see all the scenery, like the tanks that were all rotten, and then the Amtrak that was just stuck there, and this old school.
Really LA right now.
That was downtown LA. They filmed that in downtown.
Yeah.
That's how it looks. It looks run down. So there's a post-apocalyptic down there.
That like $31 million or billion, or I don't know, it's a shit ton of money.
Sheesh. And yeah, and you've seen that old school Six Flags amusement park. I like that road trip. But yeah, like you said, it was not fillerish, but it was like, here, we're gonna give you this. You go bite on this, and then this is what she's capable of. That's what he's capable of, and let's move from here.
Yeah,
you know, because they easily could have picked up like 5 hours later type of thing, after they left the compound. They just the opening scene starts with them just in a firefight. You're like, what the hell happened here?
Yeah.
But
A lot of development.
I like how it's just slowly like how you get to that point and they progressed. So was their mission complete?
Yep.
No, they were, what's it called? It's not a mission failed. It's just like a cutscene, a detour. It was a side quest now. Like you have to collect 10 cans of food and get them out of there.
Yeah.
And you get 5 stars. But yeah, man, overall I like this episode. It was cool. It's not a dragging like other episode like The Walking Dead, man. They like to drag their story.
And there was a little bit of a cliffhanger too, so you're ready for the next one.
Are they friends? Are they enemies? Who knows?
A couple cliffhangers actually. There's the freaking the marshmallow basement. There's the military moms. There's
I know, right?
Henry the kids.
Yeah, who the hell is Henry? Henry the kid? Henry is an adult? Who knows?
Well, I guess they did the whole glass thing and the Goodyear thing to indicate how good they are at sneaking around and stuff.
So they probably were there the whole time.
Yeah.
For all those answers, we'll find out next week in our 2-year anniversary show.
Hello.
So tune into the channel for more details. More announcements coming in the later weeks. I'm just trying to work out the final details, and we will drop the news about that.
Yeah.
Him doesn't even know what I'm talking about either. Keeping everybody in the dark. Last comment.
Looking forward to the next episode, which will be on Friday because of the Super Bowl.
Ooh, we might. No, we're not. Okay.
No.
For the Hitman, I am the zombie. This is and has been the Hitman and the Zombie show. Merch.
Hey. Not this one. I just bought this.
Till next time, much love and peace.